Welcome to Primetime. In today's video, we'll be going over how to create a new supervisor manager type user within your Genesis Pro or your TA100PRO. To start, you'll need to go to File, down to Security, and you'll want to go to Define Levels if those haven't been set up already. In the Define Levels, it'll show you which ones you have that you can work with or to be able to assign to the person that you're creating a user account for. Bear in mind, supervisor level is the highest level. This is the equivalent to administrator level. You may have other levels in here, polling time clocks, test read. That's one that I've created for this. For a read only, because we can make specific permission structures for different managers and supervisors. But you may have manager, you may have director, any number of levels in here, but these are the levels that we can attach to a user once we've added them in. So again, File, Security, and then we go to User Maintenance. If you have a user close to the one that you want to add, you can click on that user here and you'll be able to see what we have set up for that user already. You can use your snipping tool or anything, screenshot or anything like that to take a picture of that for when you create the new user, you've got it to refer to. Right now, we're just going to click Add. We want to put a new user in the system, and we can see I've got all blank fields here. I've got to give it a login before I can proceed any further in here. It won't let me come down and do anything until I create a login name for that user. So I'm just going to put test in here. You can then click on password. Oh, that one's already in use. Try testing. Click on password and that brings this up. I recommend something simple like 1234, 12345. That way you can give that to the manager. They can come back and change their password when they get logged in, but that just makes it easy for them in my view. I click OK. Now I need to add a badge. Depending on what type of clocks you have, will depend on what you need to put in here. The fingerprint clocks, TA785s, if this supervisor is going to be enrolling employees, you'll need to have a number in there for them. And if they are also an employee in the software, for whatever reason, whether they clock in or not, we do not want this number to be the same as their badge number in their employee setup. It needs to be something different. Next, we'll put their last name in. I recommend all caps, as it makes it easier to see through here when they're all caps, and you can see when it's lowercase. If you've got a bunch of lowercase, it just makes it difficult to pick them out quickly. Last name, first name. This is very important here, the security level. Even though I can see supervisor level through this window, it is not selected. Even if I want to make them a supervisor, I still have to click this box down and physically click on it in order for it to be selected. If I don't, it can cause an error. These down here I typically leave alone. The email profile is 99.9% always Outlook. So here I have this created. At this point I could click OK. They could log in. They would be supervisor level over all the employees in the software. But if I want to give them only supervisor access, which is administrative access in this case, if I only wanted to give them access to a specific group of people or division, then from up here, I click on the division tab, I can click list, And we're going to click Division 3. So any employee in Division 3, and only the employees in Division 3 this particular user would be able to see. On my groups, I could go to List, and maybe I only want them to see the bakers and driver groups for the employees in Division 3. If you're not worried about separating the different employees for the user you're making, then you would just select all, and which are the defaults, by the way. If you didn't mess with them, they're already going to be selected as to all and all. And then you just click OK at the bottom, and we've successfully added that user in. We can test it. Testing is the login name. I just had to verify what that name was, but I come in here, log in new user. Add the password I put in for him, and there we go. I am logged in. So the account is good. I can now give the username and password. Once they're logged in, they would come down to security, change password, put their old one in, enter the new password they want, and click OK, and they're ready to go.